Hi, welcome to Backos.com. We are on Lesson 9, Bass Drum, from Percussion Guide for the Beginning Band Student. The bass drum is a two-headed drum that creates a low resonant sound. So we're going to talk about some unique things about this instrument that you need to know to create clarity when you're playing. It is definitely an extremely important instrument. It is a legato instrument, so muffling techniques are extremely important. Let's begin our key points. The first thing I'd like you to do is take the mallet and place it in your right hand. And you're going to strike it, not in the center, but about 3 inches off the center. And that's going to create a sound that's going to create clarity while you're playing. So you place the mallet in the center and then move towards me 3 inches. Your left hand is resting on the very top of the bass drum. And if you noticed, I have my left hand resting on the rim. So when I'm playing, I'm striking with my left hand touching the bass drum, which is going to give you clarity. Another key thing to remember, you can use arm when you're playing a bass drum mallet because it is heavy. So I'm still using my wrists, but what I'm going to do is use a little arm so I can control this bass drum mallet. And I'm always thinking about pulling sound out of the drum. What I'm going to do is strike it and pull outward. Think of pulling sound out of the bass drum. Let's say that was ringing too much. I could put my palm on it. So now we have a couple techniques for muffling. Fingertips, palm. We're playing off the center of the drum and we're pulling out. One of the things I didn't write in your key points, but my students do this all the time. They walk in front of the bass drum and they start to strike it into the bass drum. All you have to do is put half your body to the left of the bass drum and the other half on the open end. And that's where I'm going to get my control. And remember, you're staying behind the bass drum so I can look right at the conductor. We're not turning my body and striking straight in. Couple things you don't want to do. Number one, you don't want to use drumsticks on this head because that can break them. And also, you don't want to play directly into it. So you get this, like I'm pounding into the bass drum head. Think of pulling out once again. Now let's review some of the key points. Number one, hold the bass drum with your right hand. Remember, the bass drum mallet should not be centered in the middle. It should be off center. Your left hand is on top of the head to muffle. We can use fingers or fingertips or palm, depending on how dry we want the bass drum. Remember to stay in the back side of the bass drum, not to approach it on its side, so we can always see the conductor. You can use arm with wrist, and remember, never strike into it, but pull out. Once again, thank you for joining me at Backos.com. This is Lesson 9, Bass Drum, from Percussion Guide for the Beginning Band Student.